Boker Tov. Gee, I haven't seen you for a few days, and you haven't seen me. We're all just laying back a little bit while the new year is coming in. But you know, I never, except for very inclement weather, do I ever cancel a religious service. And this is a religious service. This is a religious service. No question about it. So here we are for our weekly minyan. I don't know how many of you are actually watching this morning, but because we can get out of our normal routines, right? And some of you are with me every morning for meditation. So here we are. It's New Year's Eve, the secular New Year, and this has been a difficult year. There's no question. I don't know how anybody can say this was a good year. This was a tough year. This was a tough year no matter how you cut it. And the thing that I regret more than anything is that I have not been able to spend time with you in person. I get to visit you online, which it has been a godsend, no question about it. It has been a godsend to be able to at least make that kind of contact with you. But it has been dreadfully hard for all of us. The isolation, the inability to give each other a hug, to be in each other's physical presence, to breathe the same air in the same place. That to me it has been the hardest thing about this year. And so here we are on the eve of a new year. A new president has been elected. And vaccines are coming online, not quick enough, and they're not being distributed fast enough. But there is change. Change is happening, and we just have to pray that it's going to be a good change. There are no guarantees in life, and what we have to do when things are so much out of our control, what we have to do is to have faith. What I mean by faith is to be able to accept a certain amount of uncertainty, incompletion, a certain amount of this just flies in the face of everything that we were taught, but a certain helplessness. There's so much that we can do in life to improve our situations and have an impact on the world. But there is a certain amount of helplessness in this world. We are born into a world, we're born in a condition where we are dependent on our parents to feed us, to hold us, to protect us. And there's that helplessness. And we get to be older and we think, oh, now I can totally control everything. But that's just never the case. And so, boy, have we learned that lesson again, and learned it so hard this last year. It's been a real test. But good things are on the horizon. And we just have to make it through another another couple of months or so till we're all vaccinated and or at least enough of us are vaccinated, where we can get together again and go to our favorite restaurants, go to your favorite pub if that's what you're into, and hang out with your friends and have a drink together. Come to services on a Friday night and to schmooze over a Danish or a brownie with your friends. It's all coming. It's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav lehitatef batzitzit. Just, you got to have some faith. You got to have some faith. You've got to just keep your spirits up when you see the spirits of other people lagging. You need to or you should try to lift up their spirits as well. But you got to understand, sometimes you fail in lifting up somebody else's spirits. That too is kind of trying to control a situation that might not be controllable. To try and, because you do your best to lift up someone else's spirits. You don't always succeed. Sometimes all you can do is, or the best you can do is to somehow lift up your own spirit. Okay. Tefillin shel Yod. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahaniach tefillin. Tefillin shel Rosh, the head. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mitzvat tefillin. Eristichli le'olam, eristichli b'tzedek u'v'mishpat u'v'rachamim, eristichli ve'emunah v'yadat et Adonai. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with mitzvot and has commanded us concerning the mitzvah, the ritual of tefillin. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. On the way to the synagogue this morning, I heard the Bee Gees song, Staying Alive. Staying alive. That in itself is a great victory during this COVID situation. Staying alive, staying safe. When you wake up in the morning and you are healthy, or at least relatively healthy, and you're alive, what do? You thank God that you're physically okay, that you are physically intact. And so we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rofei chol basar umafli la'asot. So, we continue with the Nisim b'chol yom, and that can be found on page 36. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher natan lesech vivina lechachin ben yom uven laila. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Pokeach ivrim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Matir asurim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Zokef kefufim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Roka haaretz al hamayim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Hamechin metzadei gaveh. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Malbish arumim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Hanoten la'ayef koach. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Hama'avir sheina me'enai utnuma me'afapai. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Oter Yisrael betifara. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Sha'asani b'tselem Elohim. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Sha'asani ben chorin. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Sha'asani Yisrael. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Ozer Yisrael bigvura. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Oter Yisrael batifara. Prayer gives us the guidance we need. Oh God, I need prayer this morning. It opens the mind to the illumination of God. The prophets made their whole life an act of prayer. My God, may my life be an act of prayer. So they received the inspiration of God. Our humbler minds stand much below the heights in which they stood, receiving, for the most part, only a reflected illumination. May now and then, by climbing a little higher, catch a glimpse of the direct light. Through prayer, we can receive the guidance of God to strengthen our hold on truth, goodness, righteousness, and purity, which are the laws for humanity emanating from the nature of God. Page 50. Baruch shahamar v'haya ha'olam. Baruch hu, Baruch hu. Baruch sha'amar v'haya ha'olam. Baruch hu, Baruch hu. Baruch oseh v'reshit. Baruch omer ve'oseh. Baruch gozer u'mekayem. Baruch merechem al haaretz. Baruch sha'amar v'haya ha'olam. Baruch hu, Baruch hu. Baruch ata Adonai melech mechalal b'tishbachot. Page 55. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah el bekodsho, hallelujah bekiria uzo, hallelujah bigvuratav. Hallelujah, Kerov Goodlow. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, take a shofar. Hallelujah, never chinor. Hallelujah, batofu machol. Hallelujah, biminim ve'ugav. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, b'tziltzalei shama, hallelujah, b'tziltzalei truah, kol hanshama tel hallelujah, kol hanshama tel hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Page 56. Yishtabach shimcha la'ad malkeinu, ha'el ha'melech ha'gadol ha'kadosh v'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki lachane Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'yimotenu, shiru shivcha halel v'zimra, oz ha'memshala, netzach gedola v'gevra, tehila, tiferet kedosha, malchot barachot, v'hodaot me'ata v'yad olam. Baruch ata Adonai, el melech gadol b'tishbaot, el ha'hodaot, Adon ha'niflaot, abocher b'shirei zimra melech el chei ha'olamim. Yitgadal v'yitkadash amei rabba, Be'omad v'rach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayedecha beit Yisrael, Bagola u'v'zman karivimaru, Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach, Leolam u'me'alma yitbarach, v'yishtabach, yitbar, v'yitvormam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shmei dekodesh abrichu, le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma, v'imaru, Amen. Lai, 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 lai. Lai 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 Barichu et Adonai hamevorach Barichu et Adonai hamevorach Baruch Adonai hamevorach Le'olam avaed, Baruch Adonai hamevorach, Le'olam vaed. Lai, 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 lai. V'harerinenu, page 62. V'harerinenu b'toratecha v'dabek libeinu b'mitzvotecha v'yached v'yachenu li'ahava u'lira et shemecha v'lo nevush v'lo nikalem Velo nikasher leolam vaed ki v'shem kodshecha hagadol v'hagi ותחן ונגילה ונשמחה, נגילה ונשמחה וישועתך. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד, ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Page 72. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. שיר חדשה שיבחו גאולים לשמך על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל קומה ועזרת ישראל, ופדי חינומך יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל Yisrael. And we rise for the tefillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים, אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. נקדש את שמך בעולם כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום. ככתוב על יד נביאיך וקרא זה אל זה ויאמר קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוכו לארץ כבודו. לעומתם ברוך יאמרו ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. ודברי קודשך כתוב לאמור ימלוך אדוני לעולם אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור הללויה לדור ודור נגיד גדלך ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש ושיבך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. And we take a couple of moments for our own private prayers and meditations. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'himeru, imeru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'himeru, amen. V'aleinu. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה יוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad. The mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad v'rach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chaychon v'yomechon v'chayetechal Beit Yisrael, b'agala v'yizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam alamei lamaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmeid kutshabrichu le'elam in kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata dam yaran b'yamav v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav hu ya'asei shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Ein keloheinu Ein kadonenu, ein kemalkeinu, ein kemoshienu, mich Eloheinu, mich Adonenu, mich kemalkeinu, mich kemoshienu. Nodel Eloheinu, nodel malkeinu, nodel Malkeinu, Noded Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Well, I hope that you will find things to celebrate in the new year. That's tonight. I know a lot of us, or most of us, I think the vast majority of us will be in our homes and maybe watching that glass ball fall from its perch in Times Square at midnight. And maybe we'll be by ourselves. Maybe we'll be with one other person. Doesn't matter. Pop a cork on your champagne or whatever. Have a little joy. Have a drink. We survived this year. It wasn't easy. And we have to thank God for that. And we have to consider what we've learned. Have we learned a little bit of patience? Have we learned the importance of community? Have we learned the importance of love? Have we learned the importance of faith, knowing that we're not in control of everything? And to make that all right. And, to find some blessing in this year that has just passed. I think that's the greatest challenge. How, in the midst of difficulty, in the midst of uncertainty, in the midst of a pandemic, can we find something that we can rejoice about? Can we allow ourselves the freedom to be a little bit sad? We Americans, we like to be upbeat about everything, and we're a can-do kind of people. And we think that we have to be perpetually up and optimistic. And we should be optimistic. But on the other hand, it's okay to be sad once in a while. It's okay to face your own fears and to say, you know what? I'm feeling bad. And God be with me. And when you do that, when you give things up to God, when you share part of your burdens with God, it makes those burdens just a little bit lighter. So Boker Tov, Boker Or, and remember to smile today. And wherever you can, bring smiles to the faces of others as well. See you soon. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow night. I hope so. Tomorrow night, services, 7:30.